If you can't start a fire with that, man, there's something wrong with you. Hey, what is all this talk about Fatwood? We're gonna break this down. I'm gonna show you a few things and hopefully be a decent show coming up. Hey, welcome to the channel, friends. As always, man, I am super stoked to see us. The Stoker here, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Fatwood and how I prepare our house for the winter and things that you can put in your kit bag as well. So right here behind me, I have a very large old Doug fir that was cut down last year, and as you can see, it has, it's totally impregnated with pitch. All right, so oftentimes, you'll hear words like pitch, Fatwood, sap, all used interchangeably along with resin, right? It's all the same substance. And as you can see, obviously this tree was extremely wounded, and it was using the sap to help push out what it was dealing with at the time. And as a result, this thing is highly, flammable. And you go to the store and you'll pay, upwards of $5-10 or whatever. I don't buy it, so I don't know how much the crap costs of Fatwood. And I'll drop a link down below and look this up afterwards, and probably put something up here that you can see how much it costs. And the reason why people spend so much money on this stuff is because it's so stinking effective. And so what I've been using this for last winter and this winter is kind of kindling for the wife. Of course, I do have a propane furnace in the house, but I primarily heat based off of and using wood. And so you can see kind of behind me propane, and so that's my alternate fuel source. I try not to use it because propane is a little more expensive. And I got a round and a couple stacks of wood, and I got a couple stacks of wood and some other spots and places. Hey team, gonna take a short pause and remind you to check down in the description below for a link to any of the gear seen in the video, as well as over a dozen lists on my Amazon influencer page to help you organize and harden your kit. And if you're looking for a deeper connection, including one-on-one instruction, you'll also find a link to my Patreon page featuring 6 levels of membership so you can select the right perk, value, and support that you're looking for. Back to the content. So here we've been, I've been filling up my bucket of Fatwood, and so I'm gonna go through it. I'll show you a couple different ways to chop this up and what I'm gonna do with this. And this bucket, once I get this thing filled up with some Fatwood, man, that's gonna last. That's probably gonna last us, I don't know, long stinking time, because it doesn't take much to get a fire going. Get that going in the stove with just a little bit of other tinder and kindling. Man, she starts warming up the house great. So let's start getting some of this chopped up. So with, just a little piece here, I'll get this one going, and a lighter. You see just how crazy flammable this stuff is. It's absolutely amazing, right? This put off a lot of smoke, so you need to be cautious with that. That's why I cut it into little pieces. But with just one piece out of this bucket, that's good for a fire, right? It's like having a Texas Ranger, one riot, one Ranger. And if you can't start a fire with that, man, there's something wrong with you. So it's a great resource, and otherwise, this wood and this lumber have absolutely no business for anything else. Really, the only thing that it's good for, this is Fatwood, is making fires. Man, it really does do a good job. So I'm totally stoked that my wife has enough Fatwood in this bucket to get through at least until Christmas, if not beyond that. And that's assuming that she would use more Fatwood than would be needed. Now, if you are using this in an indoor fireplace or something like this, you need to be especially cautious. Make sure you're cleaning out all your pipes and everything, and don't use too much, because you can see it does put off a lot of smoke. But all it takes is just that little bit, man, and you can start a fire, right? So let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you have Fatwood, if you use Fatwood, what you use for fire starters in your fire pit, or indoors or outdoors, man. We'll just keep this conversation rolling. Hope you enjoyed the content of the video. If you did, make sure you like it and subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on some future content. As always, until then, you stay stoked. You stay stoked.